Okay, so I know what some of these cards do. Let's read all of them together. So Blasting Station here. So sacrifice a creature, deal 1 damage to any target. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, we get to untap it. Master of Etherium is big and makes other artifacts bigger. Fabricate, search your library for an artifact, sure. Our namesake, Arcum Dagsson. Target artifact's controller sacrifices it. That player may search their library for a non-creature artifact card and put it onto the battlefield. So this is almost Tinker. This is almost Tinker. March of the Machines turns them into creatures. Okay, so basically Tinker. Master Transmuter. Return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. Put an artifact from your hand onto the battlefield. So this is like a backup Dagsson, right? Because we can fabricate and then transmuter it into play. No, it says non-creatures only. Oh, it sacrifices an artifact. Artifact creature. It only sacrifices artifact creatures. Okay, so it turns creatures specifically into non-creatures. Got it. Padeem. Your artifacts have hexproof. Draw a card. Thoughtcast. Mycosynth Lattice. So what does Lattice do here? Lattice makes everything indestructible. Akroma's Memorial. This is really funny with March of the Machines, huh? Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may untap. Okay, so if we have Summoning Station, Blasting Station, and Darksteel Forge and Mycosynth Lattice out, we go infinite. All right, what are the odds that comes together at any point this league? This seems like a really hot 0-3. I mean, I expected to 0-3 with the last one, and we 2-3'd with it, so you know. This entire day seems like 0-3 drop day. The Grixis As Foretold deck's actually pretty good. We 4-1 with that one last time. Mycosynth Lattice plus March of the Machine kills all lands, and you cannot replay them. Well, that's interesting. All right. I think I'm keeping this. Master of Etherium saves our lands. God, this deck's like an onion. It's got layers in it, chat. Layers and layers and layers. There's no Whir of Invention because whirring for things that cost 6, 7, 8, 9 is really difficult. So this is one of those synergy decks you say isn't quite powerful enough in Modern. It is. So this deck is playing a lot of individually weak cards that it's trying to assemble multiple of them for a big payoff. And these decks tend to get chewed up and spit out in Modern in my experience because they are both not fast enough at implementing their linear game plan while simultaneously not having enough interaction to disrupt the other decks in the format that are faster than you. I'm going to keep that. I don't actually know what we're doing here. Isn't KCI exactly what I just described? No, KCI has linear draws that kill on turns 2 and 3. Yeah, KCI. This deck is never going to kill its opponent on turn 2 or turn 3. Might be about time for a Moto re-kick. That first league was kind of long. Yeah, getting close. 1.7 gigabytes of RAM. I think I'm just playing Master of Etherium here. Brood Star Affinity. How long have I been standing? About 45 minutes or so. Usually I try to stand for about an hour and a half to 2 hours before I sit down. What's going on, Zintoth? Yeah, I was planning to do a long stream yesterday, but then there was GP coverage, so I felt like I wanted to pop on both nights this weekend. I'm definitely not going to be on 7 days a week every week, but I feel like especially while the queue's frozen, I want to work to clear it out as quickly as possible so we can get back to taking normal donation amounts. Cast my terrifying Memnite, be afraid. Memnite pre-master doesn't change anything. The Master of Etherium still dies to Lightning Bolt. So we end up in the exact same spot. Did this deck do something somewhere? I feel like we've played against this Gurmag Angler. I guess they could be hollowed ones still, right? Yeah, I guess all the cards they've played, they could be hollowed ones still. It could be Pyromancer. I've played against a Death Shadow Mardu deck a couple of times the last week. Of course, timeouts are always free. What happens when I take a vacation? Well, so I am in the very enviable position that if my streaming income suddenly became zero tomorrow, Christy and I would still be able to live the life that we live today. Like we haven't changed how we live or the money that we spend based on my increased income from this job. So if my monthly income in one specific month was lower because I took some time off, that wouldn't be the end of the world. Not that I'm intending to take an extended vacation at any point. But, like, I am planning to, like, go away for the weekend to play the Open at the end of the month. And I'm actually going to be going for Gen Con as well. The weekend after. And Gen Con's longer. I think Gen Con, I'm going to be going Wednesday to Sunday. Yeah, that's exactly where they're going, Gabriel Paints. Right on into the investments. We go to Gen Con every year. And actually, last year, we went to the Bahamas, and the year before that, we went to Hawaii. But those were all expenses paid trips from Christie's work. Yeah, and like, in my experience taking short trips in the past, I didn't have this many subs when I took them, but a lot of the people, your sub count just, like, goes down, and most of them return when you start streaming again. Yeah, Twitch Prime sub's not auto-renewing, but, like, people that watch your content on the regular, like, if I go away for 3 days, like, I'll have a big sub bump when I come back on, like, that Monday or whatever. Alright, so confirmed Hollowed Boys here. Probably with a Lingering Soul Splash based on the Sacred Foundry. Anybody else feel like our deck doesn't do anything yet? Thanks, Paula. Yeah, I think it came out really well. The lighting's good. I look as appealing as possible for someone of my appearance. This is actually not Justin's deck. This is something Anoronic sent in, so. This is the most important. This is the second most important part of Hoagland Does social media. The first most important is read your tweets back before you send it. The second one is mute them when they get lippy because they're not worth your time. There's always another lippy person on the internet that wants to get lippy with you. So just, life is too short to interact with all of them. Don't do it. All right, I guess we're double blocking Flameblade Adept. We're very dead here. Do we have Graveyard Hate in the sideboard? I don't think we do. I've got a couple. Echoing Truth and Dismember aren't terrible here. An endless sea of disappointments, no one wins. Yep. Just, you know, the worst attitude you can have while interacting with people on the internet is the desire to get the last word in. Most people who are trolling internet forums also have that desire, and most of them are going to have far more time than you if you're a reasonable, responsible adult. So you should just not interface with them and save yourself and move on with your life. I think Thoughtcast is probably too slow here. I'm going to trim some of these Master Transmuters. A couple of these Fabricates, maybe. One of these stations. Would you run this against Justin's July pile for all the marbles of sub-mediocrity? Yeah, this deck's like trying to assemble a 4-card infinite combo. Which it's got a lot of moving pieces, and a lot of them are very clunky. So there's a very good chance it's not particularly good. What's going on, crazy? Good evening. Thanks. This is as short as she would let me cut it. She doesn't want me to shave it all off, so I'm a good boy and I do what I'm told, chat. This deck, the combo in this deck costs enough mana that it might as well be 4 cards, though. We need to get him 10K to shave his head. That's the number she agreed to. Maybe keeping on the back of Grafdigger's cage is bad. I mean, I don't mind how my hair looks. It's whatever. By and large. Y'all aren't here because I'm pretty. Or if you are here because I'm pretty, let me tell you about your standards. You should raise them up. Alright, so if they have a Street Wraith here, we're probably going to dismember this Flameblade Adept so they can't bring back the Phoenix this turn. Yeah, I might dismember this anyways. Like, saving, I'm only taking 1 extra point. There are plenty of people on Twitch you can subscribe to due to sex appeal. I am not one of them. You would be more aerodynamic. Oh, they can't bring the bird back. You're super correct. I have cage. We put the bird in the cage. Gabriel Paints. Thanks for re-upping for the 5th month in a row. I appreciate it. Welcome back. This is going to be a Hollowed Boy. Yep. Niv with the $2 donation. Thanks for the support, bud. I'm here because you're pretty. Also, I have no standards and no shame. Well, at least you're aware. Yeah, I think we can make that happen, Justin. Oh, there's a typo in that quote. We're very dead. Let's try again here. All right. Actually, let's restart Moto. And while I do that, I just like to say thank you to everybody who's hanging out here tonight. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time meme here on Twitch. We play a ton of Magic the Gathering while we do it. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people who keep me employed here full-time. They are the reason that I'm able to do what I do as often as I do it. In addition to subscribing to my channel, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. I love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal, check out them. You'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey would like to save you some money. Honey is a free browser add-on that doesn't cost you anything. And when you're doing some shopping online, it looks at the stuff in your shopping cart and then searches online automatically for coupon codes. And if it can save you some money, it offers to save you some money. And if it can't save you anything, it just leaves you alone. So it's completely non-invasive and only has some upside to it. And if you install it using bit.ly/HoogelHoney, that link, you'll be supporting my content here while you install it. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Lisa makes foam top mattresses. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 5 weeks now, and I really enjoy it. It's our first time not using a pillow top mattress. I don't think we've ever go back. The foam mattress is much nicer. You can check out bit.ly/HoogelBedUS or HoogelBedCA to save $160 or more on your brand new mattress with them. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone here to Hoaglandia. Thanks for hanging out here tonight, folks. Thanks for spending part of your day here with us. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. We are heading on into our second match here with this combo pile. Thank you, Anironics, for the rip bits. We did, in fact, rip it up. See if we can get on the scoreboard here tonight if we're going to go out in a blaze. I'd say blaze of glory, but I feel like it's not going to be too glorious if we die again. 10 more for a dealer's choice. Sounds good, Anironics. I appreciate it. I'm going to be using that to bump Blue-Red Delver Fae, I think. Because I want to test that deck some more for Indianapolis. I might play it there. Plum, thanks for checking out Honey. I do appreciate that. Thanks for the support. I mean, can I keep this? No, maybe. I got Citadel and Mox Opal. I'm going to keep this. I feel like we've got a lot of good things. We got Master Transmuter here, too. It's like any zero makes the hand pretty good. Deal. And then this, we can actually cast this turn, right? That's pretty good. Look at that. They think we're playing a real deck. They probably think we're playing a real deck, chat. Or like, oh no, Affinity with a good opener. Oh no, what if they find as Kanta, chat? What if they find as Kanta? Maybe we're a synergy deck with a lot of moving parts, so like this Master Transmuter's like pretty good chance it just dies, right? Well, I mean, we're well on our way to casting Summoning Station, and there's probably a pretty good chance that our opponent's deck can't beat a Summoning Station. There's probably a non-zero chance that that is true, and if they path this, it ramps us into it. We could have skull clamps on those Ornithopters. So Esper's not really a thing. So like saying, does Esper usually play X doesn't really have quantifiable reasoning behind it, because the deck would have to be a popular archetype in order for it to commonly play specific cards. So hopefully they tap out for a bad card here like Jace the Mind Sculptor, and then we get to Windmill Slam Modern All-Star Summoning Station next turn. Oh no! Chat, they're gonna take Modern All-Star Summoning Station away from us. How are we ever going to win the game now? How are we ever going to win the game now? Don't negate me, bro. Don't mana leak me. Don't logic not me. My Ornithopters have first strike, trample, haste, vigilance. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Urgh. Urgh. It's a shame our opponent had to put modern staples like Thoughtseize in their deck instead of bad cards like Jace the Mind Sculptor. Pro Black could be relevant, you're not wrong. This is our second match with the deck. Plot twist, their hand is 4 Doomblades, right? I mean, they can't Fatal Push this now, and she has haste. So, like, if we draw a bomb, we can put the bomb into play. Get that bomb diggity going. The most badass Ornithopters ever. Look, they work hard to get to where they've gotten in life, chat. They're very proud of themselves. Oh no! Teferi can interact with the Chroma's Memorial, chat. No, we're not very good at fetching 7 mana cards. Believe it or not. Getcha. Are you prepared for the beatdown this Memnite and this Master Transmuter are about to bring to the table, opponent? Has your Teferi prepared himself for it? Is your Teferi ready to rumble? You hear the thunder coming? You hear the thunder coming? It's coming for you, Teferi. It's coming for you. Should have held the Memnite to swap in, right? Value. Oh, I forgot to... It was a misclick. I forgot to send the Ornithopters. Miss sending a message, chat. That's funny. They could have Blessed Alliance. You are not wrong. Anaronix, had you played games with this deck before you sent it to me? Real talk. Real talk. Had you played a game with this deck before you sent it in? This is literally the... Whoa, I don't know about Affinity. You ever had Akroma's Memorial in play? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Bring the pain, Mr. Memnite. Bring the pain. You teach that Teferi who's boss. You swing your Memnitiness around. Oh, I could have picked up a, I could have picked Memnite back up. I thought I had to have a card in my hand to target with this, but you may put an artifact into play. I'm down a Memnite. I should have 2 Memnites here. I missed Memnite value. I mean, like, am I winning this game with 1 extra Memnite? Like, is there anybody, I'll time out anybody in chat who thinks we're beating Azcanta Teferi with a second Memnite in play. Like, let's be honest. I certainly missed picking a Memnite back up, but yeah, we're gonna move on with our lives here. This is actually the good Jace. Oh no, not the good Jace, right? Alright, so this is definitely a Metallic Rebuke matchup, right? Gotta counter their counters. Yo, dog. Now, we're playing a minimum of 3 matches. We always play... Can you bounce itself? It can bounce itself. That's cute. So we could have saved itself. I don't know what to trim, chat. I don't know what to trim. All our cards are so good. All our cards are so good. Trim the 60. Just take out the bad cards. Sideboarding's so difficult when it's so difficult, chat. I don't think this is a Relic or Echoing Truth matchup. This deck has more cards at 4 CMC plus than every other deck in Modern combined. That might be a true statement. That might be a statement of fact. But a bottom of 9-drop. That's a good scry. The 9-drop's a good bottom scry. Bottoms up, chat. Bottoms up. I'm casting the Mox Opal because it lets us cast Metallic Rebuke with Improvise. That's just some good deck building. So we just like cast March of the Machines next turn, kill our Mox Opal. Pretty sure I'm supposed to do this just because, like, I'm gonna be tapping out for things anyways. And, like, that card's gonna kill me. I actually think I want to play this just because getting it in under counter magic seems important. It kills my Mox Opal and makes this dead, but I think getting this resolved matters. I think. I don't actually know. Memnite lives because this is non-creature artifacts. One step closer to delirium, right? Slow and steady, chat. Slow and steady. Handing out free points in the queue this evening. Let's move on. Let's move on. Maybe we'll play 4 matches to see if we can eventually do our thing. I thought meme day was Monday. That's true. That's true. You know what they say about modern, slow and steady wins the race? Yep. Yep. I mean, as far as, like, good hands go, this hand's towards the top of the good hands we've seen, right? And, like, there's no way basic Mountain Lava Spike is ever going to be able to kill our 4-mana 2/2, right? That would just be absurd. Hi, waifu. The prisoners are asleep. I can't.
I don't care.
Oh no! Joke's on you, opponent. Now you don't have a card to kill my 4-mana 2/2. We're just next leveling them here, chat. Just on the next level. Ugh. Excellent. Can play March of the Machine to kill my lands. That's so sad. We drew the perfects. We drew the perfects. But it wasn't good enough, chat. I'm gonna cast this and start attacking with my 3/3. Look at that. Got him down to 15, chat. Got him on the ropes. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. This is now my favorite combo in Modern. Joke's on you, opponent. I cast a card for only 3 mana and didn't take any damage. Missed your trigger. It doesn't really matter, Paula, because if they play a creature, this is going to untap anyways. Rats! They saw the line. I'm going to be done after this match. If anybody other than Anoronyx had submitted this deck, I would have conceded the league by now. But I'm gonna give him the full 3-match shake here. The fairest of fair. I'm giving him, if anybody else had sent it, Anoronyx has the big crown for a reason. So he gets a little bit extra sway on his. Anybody else sent this in, I probably would have been done after the second game of match 2. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't have accepted it. Anybody else sent me this deck list, I would have messaged them back and said this deck looks too slow and clunky for Modern. I get a lot of deck submissions like this that are just like, people must like play it in more casual settings, or they're playing them at local game stores that like are predominantly mid-range and control decks, so they can play slower decks like this. Man, I really hope we draw March of the Machines, chat. That would just be the best card. I am excited to draw March of the Machines, chat. Are you? Are you excited to draw March of the Machines? I'm gonna concede if we draw March of the Machines next turn, just to set your expectations. Can we cast Witchbane Orb before we die? How many shiny Squirtles did I get? 3 or 4, I think. We got a ton of Squirtles with sunglasses. Rawr. Can we play a good deck next? To set the bar exceedingly low, we're going to play the best deck of the evening next. In fact, I forgot that Mondays were meme Mondays moving forward, so I don't know that we're going to Narset Cannon tonight. I feel like it would be criminal to not play Narset Cannon as part of Meme Monday. What do you all think, chat? Do you feel like Narset Cannon should be reserved for Meme Monday? Narset's like the full embodiment of a meme. Well, I was only planning on playing 3 decks tonight, Anoronyx. And you cut yours into line, so I don't know that I'm going to play another one after Goryo. We'll see how long Goryo takes to play. If there's Meme Monday, can we just have shit tier Sunday? Oh. That's funny. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I've been had. Alright, I'm done. I don't just... Well, that was the record I was expecting to have with Justin's deck. Although, I guess if I'm being honest, I was expecting to have it with this deck, too. Anoronyx, you've duped me. You've duped me. Alright, we're gonna move on with our lives. Right to Rebel with that $10 donation. Hey Jeff, love your stuff. Throw these towards Tribal Zoo. 10 out of 10. Thank you for the support. I will bump Tribal Zoo this evening after we're done. Alright, this deck has modern staple Gun.